I'm Jennifer Angel, and this is my overview report or planetary report for July 2015. Now, as always, for this report, it is published on my pages on the jenniferangel.com site, which goes to newyorkdailynews.com/horoscope. So you can read the report there, and what I do each month is I actually read the report, and opposed from just looking at the chart, which is what I do for the weekly. So bear with me, because as I tell you each month, sometimes the written word is a bit different than the spoken word. So let's get started, and I'll read through it. All right, so I am calling this month a month of transformation and manifestation, so I hope so. So, July has already started. I'm a little bit late on this. I'm recording it on the 2nd, so bear with me on that as well, and apologies. So here we go. So in July, for the commencement of the second half of the year, this is a significant time to revisit your goals, a time to review where you are, where you want to be, and of course, how you're going to get there. And if you did not put pen to paper at the start of the year to set some goals, dreams, and wishes in place, then it's never too late. This is a perfect time to do so, especially as there is so much happening in the star chart for this month, and right from the start of the month. So week 1 from July the 1st, a beneficial and somewhat potentially lucky connection between Venus, the planet of love and money, and Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion, starts the month with a powerful and positive energy. And the best way to work with this energy is always, when you're working with Jupiter particularly, is just to, when you're combining these two planets, it's like you can't get much better than this, because they sit in the sign of Leo as well. Is always to think big, think positive. Okay, so think of what you would do if you had no restrictions. Cast your dreams and hopes and desires out to the universe in a positive, affirmative manner for it to manifest back to you. And at the very same time, there's a full moon in Capricorn, and the first of 2 full moons this month, which in itself makes it an exciting and optimistic time and optimistic incidents. The first full moon is in the business-minded side of Capricorn, so it has a get down to business feel about it, and it's all positive and very powerful. So when all this comes together, it's like, wow. So I hope that something fabulous is happening for all of us in this month. There are some challenges coming up as well, but that's what life is about, situations that support and challenges, and we need both of them to really grow. So, all right, let's move on. So also on the same day, July the 1st, Neptune forms a favorable aspect between both the sun and the moon. So it's heightens creativity, imagination, and romance, of course. So no matter where all of these influences sit in relation to your sun sign and solar chart, or your personal chart, they are sure to have an effect that really just, you can't ignore it. So there's lots of potential for hopeful outcomes now. And let's see, so moving on, in the USA, the 4th of July, of course, is a day of celebration, Independence Day, and the moon is in Aquarius, which very much signifies independence and acceptance of others and their rights. And the day before, on the 3rd, communication planet Mercury and Jupiter are going to interact favorably. On the 5th of the month, the moon will be opposite both Venus and Jupiter, all of which will promote speaking your truth. Okay, so if you've got something to say, make sure you don't beat around the bush. Say it straight and from your heart. All right, so let's have a look at what else is happening. And as the moon in Aquarius and Venus and Jupiter both in the sign of Leo, relationships on all levels are going to be influenced now. So you're encouraged to take control and reach out to others to offer your heart and hand in helpful ways of acts of kindness. You have an opportunity to build good karma now and do what you consider to be the right thing, no matter what the situation, no matter what anybody else thinks. All right, so week 2, commencing July the 6th. So the week commences with the Sun and power planet Pluto in an opposition to each other. Pluto in purposeful Capricorn and the Sun in nurturing Cancer. And although this is a powerful opposition which can be confronting, it can also provide well-needed balance. If you don't allow a power struggle to take place, easier said than done with these two combined, the combination of these energies between the planets can spark a transformation that will allow you to put into action the openings and opportunities that the astral calendar made possible in the first week of July. The middle of the week, on the 8th, Mercury, the planet of communication and commerce, will make his move from Gemini, one of the signs he rules, to Cancer, and helps you to get in touch with how you feel rather than how you think, and be able to verbalize your thoughts. So that's a great thing. Mars and Neptune interact on the same day, further igniting your intuition and imagination. However, during this time, it is advisable to spend some solo time to get in touch with your inner thoughts and the progress that you made and making. Avoid filling every moment with action, causing you to ignore your feelings. So when we fill every single moment, it's almost like a distraction. So when you become overly busy, you become too distracted to deal with inner issues, which can be by accident or by design. Sometimes what's going on in your life can be pretty scary and confronting, and you're just not ready to deal with it right at that time. And you know what? That's okay. Okay, so week 3, July the 13th, a week of. This is a week full of activity, and if you have been waiting or wanting change to take place, then this is the week it can all happen. Monday the 13th, the Sun and Uranus, the planet of originality and sudden change, square off and can bring things to a head. But most of this week's activity will occur midweek on Wednesday the 15th, which is the day of the new moon in the sign of Cancer, the sign it rules. Mars and Mercury adding extra potent energy and opportunity, as well as some tenseness. Join comes together as they join both the Sun and the Moon. So Mars and Pluto are in an opposition as well, as are Mercury and Pluto, which, if you're not careful, an impulsive action or discussion can get out of hand, almost like a runaway train, and before you have a chance to put the handbrake on, it's got away from you. But on the other hand, it can provide the trigger too. They needed to clear the air or to push the restart button on something that needs your attention. Mars and Pluto together can force issues, which may not necessarily be a bad thing, even though at the time it may not be pleasant to go through, but the result is worthwhile. Keep that in mind, okay? So right at the end of this week, Venus will make her move from Leo to even-tempered Virgo, but only through to the end of the month. So it's a 2-week station at this point. Because she will re-enter Leo on a retrograde journey, where she'll then stay for a further 2-month period right through to early October. Wow, early October. It's like, just even to mention October is scary to think that the year is sort of, zooming past so fast. It is like it's on a runaway train. So let's have a look at week 4 now, which is a week of July the 20th. So there's movement in the star chart this month, and although this can be unsettling at some level, it can also help you reset and settle into new surroundings. Early in the week, both the Sun and Mercury will favorably interact with solid Saturn, which can provide the energy to think things through from a sensible and common sense point of view. Shortly after, both the Sun and Mercury will make a move from sensitive Cancer to expressive and expansive Leo. Venus, now in Virgo, will enter a retrograde transit and will be the start and at the start of August will re-enter Leo. She'll stay here, as I said, right through to early October, and makes this a generous and optimistic time for love, money, and building or repairing relationships, especially unions that are in the past but not quite let go of. Now is the time to review, renew, or perhaps discard. But at the very least, you can come to terms with what it is, okay, and deal with it one way or another. And really, that's first point, and that's half the battle sometimes, don't you think? So later in the week, Mars has a clash with Uranus, which can further highlight changes you need to make or issues that need confronting, but hopefully in an assertive and not aggressive way. So remember, Mars has two sides to him. He can be assertive or he can be angry and regressive. Try to do the former, of course. At the same time, Uranus will enter a retrograde transit for the remainder of the year. So this is a perfect time to settle the past and leave it behind and dump emotional baggage once and for all. This will now mean that 5 planets will be retrograde: Venus, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Although Saturn will come out of retrograde on August the 1st. So don't be surprised if life seems to settle into a reflective go slow stage, but it will give you time to reevaluate where you are and what's going on and what changes you want to make. So week 5, a short week, July for the month, week of July the 27th. The month concludes with the second full moon for July on the 31st in the sign of Aquarius, and can bring all of what has occurred during the month to a natural conclusion. On this same day, Venus will depart sensible Virgo on a retrograde transit and re-enter dramatic Leo to join the Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter. And with the heat turned up in Leo, with these 4 astral energies, anything is possible. Stay positive. Whatever happens this month, literally move you out of where you are and into a new and exciting space. So remember, life is full of supportive and challenging situations, and it's the challenging situations that are the ones that generally have the power and capacity and energy to move you, okay? So if you feel that you've been stagnating, then this month that can all change, and in a big way. And from the 1st of August, Saturn will come out of his retrograde transit, which indicates a good time to move forward with your grand plan for life. So, as I said at the beginning, this is the time to review your goals. If you didn't set them at the start of the year, great time to do that. Okay, love and luck to each and every one of you. I hope you enjoy these monthly reports, the planetary overviews, and if you like to read as well as watch, then you can go on and see that on my pages on the New York Daily News. Okay, have a great week. Happy July the 4th for everybody in the USA. I'm now a USA citizen, so as well as an Australian citizen, of course. So I'm really looking forward to this year. And I'll go ahead now and do your weekly reports. So keep well, everybody. Love and luck to you. Bye for now.